Hello, welcome to this 2-minute tip video. In this video, I'm going to show you about the importance of renaming your folder structure within Lightroom and how you can solve the problems of missing folders if you have renamed it outside of Lightroom. Hello, welcome to In Studio. I'm Ian Butterfield. Does your folder structure look a mess in Lightroom? Does it look something like this, where some folders are named after the year, some maybe 2 digits, some 4 digits, some might be called photos from the year or photos year, or even just my photos, and they're all over the place. Well, the solution to this is to sort it out within Lightroom, because that way Lightroom knows where everything lives and where it will rename the folders on the hard drive as well. So let's go over and just have a look at that structure on the disk. You can see here how it's exactly the same as it is in Lightroom. Some of them are double-digit years, 4-digit years, and some are really weird names in there. Once you realize that, there's the temptation to come in here and rename the folders directly, but that's not the correct way to do it. We need to go over to Lightroom and do the changes there. If in Lightroom I go over to this folder and rename it here, rename, call it 2005, then when we look at this folder, the photos folder on the disk, you'll notice 2005, or the 05 folder, has been renamed to 2005. But what happens if we do it at the folder level rather than in Lightroom? So let's suppose I do rename this one here. Rename that 2010. Let's rename my photos as 2009, which is what it should be called. Then when I go over to Lightroom, you can see what's happened. That 2010 now has a question mark against it. It doesn't exist. My photos, as soon as I click on there, goes to question mark. It's a missing folder. So how do we solve that problem? Really easily. We right click on the folder with the question mark and say find missing folder. Then we just navigate to it. So we're looking for the 2010 folder. So here it is, and I just specify that, select folder, and it goes through and finds everything that's underneath there. And you can see they're now back. And do the same again with this My Photos one. Now that may not be a good clue, but Bramall might be. So I can go and do find missing folder, which is the Bramall one, and we happen to know that it is under 2009. So if I say Bramall, select folder, and look what happens. It just does the Bramall one. It doesn't do everything that's next to it. So to sort the rest out, I go to the one level above My Photos. I right click on that and say find my folder, and we now know it's the 2009 folder. So I've selected that, select folder. It does say that it's already in there. Well, yes, it is, because it's here with the Bramall one. So that's just a warning to say that these two 2009 folders need to be merged together. So I'm happy to do that. I say yes. And you can see now 2009 is sorted. So the only remaining ones to do are Photos 11 and Photos from 2008. And the correct way to do it, the quickest way to do it, is not at the folder level, but to do it here in Lightroom. So right click on that, rename, change that to 2008. Right click, rename, change that to 2011. And you can see now that my folder structure within Lightroom is sorted. And not only that, but here in the actual folder they've also been renamed to the correct names. So, hope that 2-minute tip on renaming folders within Lightroom has been helpful. I'll see you in the next video.